back, David will share, you know, how he started to right now, how the light was shone upon him as to what you do, and you created the spotlight, and that's all about people living in the light, being in the light, and all about newsmakers.
And how about I became Barbara Walters or Whoopi Goldberg?
Yeah, but we're going to talk more about that when we get back. We'll see you in just a moment. Yeah, oh, it's coming? Yes. Okay. So we're back, David. So thank you. And
I had a dream that scared me during the break after. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun up in here. Okay. And he loves to laugh. He can tickle himself. I can't.
I know.
So when you just talked about how, you know, the arts and theater and film and television became a focus.
Yes.
And also, and you had mentioned to me, we were talking, that the Great Griffin, that movie did get into film festivals and everything.
Yes, it did.
So it's you know, been noted. And so let's talk a little bit more about who got you to the youth channel, or did you just walk by and see it, or did somebody from one of those schools mention it? Because I know when I sub and stuff, I talk to young people about that youth channel all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's how I found out about the youth channel. There were like 2 staff members from the El Barrio Firehouse that work at the Youth Media Center that came to the Opportunities for a Better Tomorrow in Brooklyn, New York, because at the time while I was there, I was working on doing the internship, where it was to get paid here. So I found out about
So you were doing an internship in this building or over there?
At the East Harlem location is where I was doing the orientation. So it started when 2 staff members, I'm not sure if I could give their names
You can
out.
say their names.
Like Sylvia Echeverria, who's the manager of the Youth Media Center, and then Maggie Delgado, who is a youth media educator there, who's no longer there. Those 2 came and introduced me to the Youth Channel and Manhattan Neighborhood Network. And so I got a little more information on them, and I told them how much I loved doing like media or being in front of the camera or doing behind the scenes, and I told them how much where I've done a film back in high school that I portrayed in as Griffin. And so that's how it led to me creating the spotlight, because originally we were learning about working behind the equipment, of how to operate and all that, and working in front of the camera, how that works and all that. And after that, in order to become MNN certified, we had to present like a project to show that we did this. And so it wasn't till my idea of a title that we had to come up with, because there were so many different titles. The first one came up with was like, I forgot the name of the title of it, but it was somewhat similar to like I remember watching the show back from that used to air on WABC TV called America's Black Forum, where they had like a panel discussion of the issues affecting African Americans and so forth. I wanted to do something similar to that, but then realized it had to take a little more planning and budgeting to work on that. So then the only name that came to my mind was the Spotlight.
And you were like, that's it, right? I know when I was trying to get the name for my show, I went through a lot, and then one day it just came out.
Yeah.
I was like, something to offer, but that's my last name. Yeah, and I was like, that's what it's got to be.
Yeah, it wasn't to me. I really don't remember if I had that reaction. Like, it was like I had no choice, because it was like, it might just work. And then when we gave it a shot here, me and my former co-host Ebony Harper.
I was going to say, I watched the first one, and that was really cute. And it was great. And you had a game on there called
Guess What?
Yeah, that was, and you were doing all about technology.
Yes.
And the benefits and the hazards of it. You really covered a lot. It was a really great first. That was your first show.
That was my very first show.
And it was just 2. You just 2. Now you've expanded the hosting.
And then one thing I want to say with Ebony Harper is like, she was like one of those people that I really enjoyed working with here, because I've always had like a lot of fun with her, and we want to keep the more hyped because, you know, there was a time I got recognized at a KFC restaurant, and then one was like, is that David from the Youth Channel? I love your show. You and everything are the best and funny. It's like, it's always good that you're recognized for the good work that you do on television and even behind the scenes as well. And that was one of the joys I really enjoyed here. And then later on,